Welcome back to the GymCrafter YouTube channel, everybody. My name is Tim. I'm the head gym nerd here at GymCrafter.com, and while I normally do this stuff solo, today I am here with James from Dialed Motion, looking at a product that I think is going to be one of the highlights of the show this year. As you guys know, because a ton of you have watched the video already, I was here late last night shooting the Rep Fitness leg developer. It's the #1 product you guys asked me to look for. And as I was shooting that review, I had no less than 4 people walk by and say, forget that one, you need to go look at the Dialed Motion. That's the one that everybody's gonna want. And after looking at this, I can't wait to show it to you. And I need the engineer, you're the engineer, right?
Yeah, I'm a mechanical engineer and co-founder.
Awesome. So there are so many little details. I've already watched him demo it to several people. I want him to kind of walk you through what we've got behind us, which is the Dialed Motion bench attached leg developer. Now, are you calling it a leg developer?
That's the current name, leg developer. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So it's a leg developer, but I think you're going to see this is different than any of the other bench attached ones that you've seen so far. So let's start with attaching it to the bench. You do this a little bit differently than everybody else, right? So show me how this attaches.
Yeah, so I'll pull it off of the bench first. So there's a lock unlock here for safety. These handles are multi-use, so they're used for lifting it off the bench. So you can see it comes off, just lifts up and out of this attachment mechanism that we have. We'll have a bunch of different size tubes, so we can adapt it to a bunch of different benches, all brands. You really just need a tube under your pad for already existing for attachments.
Okay, so I had asked your brother this, and he was kind of answering. Now, on the Rep AB5200, one of the big complaints from the Rep Fitness people is that Rep didn't put an accessory port on that bench, but people love that bench. However, there is a place at the head of the bench where they attach a 11 gauge or 7 gauge bracket with a piece of UHMW for vertical storage.
Yeah.
Do you think that that's something in the future you guys would be able to adapt a mounting plate to something like that?
Yeah, I think it's very doable. Yeah! We are planning to have sort of a DIY attachment for people that don't have a tube under their pad. It would be a bolt-on attachment. We might do something specific for like the AB5200 or something like that as well. These are very simple pieces that we can pretty easily make specific for different benches, and then this main product would stay standard, so it would be pretty easy for us to handle.
Very cool. Yeah. And this is 35 pounds as it sits. This is a prototype, right?
Yeah.
So this is about 35 pounds. So this weighs not even close to as much as the Freak Athlete or the Rep Fitness. Those are definitely bigger and beefier and heavier. Not beefier, but bigger and bulkier and heavier. Now, wait till the end of the video because I want to show you something else that's super cool that they do with this particular plate. That is a big, huge miss on the part of all the other people making these. So let's get this put back on and show me what it does. So as you guys can see, lift it up, pop it right on. If you watched the video on the Rep Fitness one, it was real difficult to get in. And over on the top here, there's a little lock and it's on and ready to go. So now we're in position. What do we do next?
Yeah, so next you're gonna lower it down onto the foot. So you'll just lift it up, bring it down. You'll want it facing whatever cable system you're using. And we have a built-in cable retractor. So the cable retractor is something that we use in our cable systems, but we've made a more compact version that fits into the foot of this attachment. So just make sure it's unlocked, and then you have a spring-loaded cable, does all your cable management, and also makes it super easy to set up because you don't have to be a specific distance away from the rack or the cable system.
What's the total length of the cable?
This one has 6 feet of cable in it. I think we'll probably land around there. You really just need enough so you can get your full range of motion, and then it just gives you a little bit of play on where you position. So,
okay, cool.
So then you just lock it, and now it's ready to go. Like I said, these handles are multi-use. So when you're doing a leg extension, you'll want them facing back. And then when you're getting onto it, we like to just adjust it up so you have space for your legs. You want me to demo or?
Actually, since I'm a giant person,
Yeah.
let's see if it fits me.
You're probably the biggest person.
Because if it fits me, it'll fit anybody. So let me take a look here. Another nice thing, real easy. I love that because it's so easy to get into. A lot of times this is going to be in the way, but it's super easy to get into this, guys. And I'm going to sit on the bench here, and my feet are off the floor. That's the one thing I was worried about was, now I want to show these guys something. I watched them demoing it. As we set this up, I want you guys to pay attention to a couple important things about having an effective leg developer. So I'm assuming then what I do is I pull this pin and then move this. Okay, perfect. So that's going to get to where I want it. Now the cool thing is as I talk about always, the most important part of the movement is the stretch portion. What a lot of these leg developers do is you'll notice they don't go all the way down to give you a good stretch. So show me what you guys have done to address getting a good stretch at the bottom of the movement.
Yeah, so we have a ton of adjustment poles. So you can adjust and push it down as far as you want to get the stretch you want. We're working with the force curve on the cam. So right now we've biased it a little bit so you have the most force at that stretch portion of the movement. We also can mess around with it and change that. We're kind of getting feedback on that and seeing what's most popular for the force curve.
Awesome. So we mentioned this was a prototype. When do you think this is going to be available on the market roughly? I won't hold you to it, but what do you think?
We're aiming to get this launched by the end of the year. So we'll open a pre-order. We won't open a pre-order until we have all the manufacturing set up, ready to go. But probably open a pre-order before the end of the year, and then it may be 5 months delivery time from that pre-order finish.
Okay, awesome. And like all of your cable products, I know you guys have a reputation for some of the smoothest cable products in the business. And I'm guessing, yeah, this is just as smooth as everything else they make. And this is really nice. And if I'm not getting enough stretch, you can really get your legs really far back there, guys. So that feels great. Awesome. That feels awesome. So really nice force curve there. And so you're seeing this is a leg curl leg extension. Now, as I was standing here watching you guys demo this, my first thought was that we're going to put this up and then I'm going to flip this up and I can do a prone leg curl. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yes, you can flip this around and that gives you, so then this won't hit you in the butt. This comes around and then you can do a prone leg curl. You also can do a seated leg curl.
That's exactly what. So I'm watching these guys demo it, and I'm thinking the prone. And I heard them say they're going to demonstrate to the person that they're going to do a leg curl. So I was waiting for the person to flip around. Trust me, you don't want me showing my butt on camera. We're not going to flip around. The best way to do a leg curl is seated. If you look at any high-end machine, machines that cost thousands and thousands of dollars, the seated leg curl is the preferred way to do it because of the stretch, because of the biomechanics of movement. Is that right?
Yes.
So why don't you bring over the coolest part of this machine? So what he's going to bring over now, guys, I'm looking at this, as cool as this is, there's two things that make this the coolest. This is one of them.
So this just sits right on these pegs, and then it moves into place. It's intentionally made so that it doesn't fall down and clamp your legs right away. So this allows you to get into position. So probably we'd adjust this to be at a height where you would put your legs on it for the leg curl. Does that feel like a good position? You might want to come forward a little bit more. Yeah.
Or can I swing that out a little bit?
This can swing out as well.
So I'm good right now.
You're going to want your knees relatively close to the pivot point. That will give you the best feel and the most like reducing movement of the roller between your leg.
So that's something that I mentioned in other reviews. I noticed that not only is that uncomfortable, but when your roller moves up and down your legs because this pivot point isn't at your knee, what happens is that changes the force curve, right? Is the further out this is to the end, the heavier it is. If it slides in, it's lighter, so you're not getting the even resistance that you want. Is that kind of the thinking behind that?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. So I'm going to scoot up and having this pivot point right next to my knee. Again, very important to do that, having the pivot point right next to my knee. And then I'm going to pull this tab, right?
Yep. And that, once you release it past that first step, then it's in kind of a ratcheting mode. So if you push down, it will ratchet and tighten. You might be bottomed out already, but so you go past it and then you just push down.
Awesome. So if you've ever gotten on a roller coaster and you put the shoulder harnesses on, it's just like that. They go down and then you pull and snug them up. Is that a similar design?
Yes.
Okay. So now I'm sitting for a seated leg curl. I've got my handles here, which are really nice to have here. And we do the seated leg curl. And right here is a much more effective way to do it. You don't have to turn over and lay down on your bench. And this to me is one of the two features that made this. I saved the best one for last, but is there anything else we need to know about this machine as far as how it works in its present situation?
I don't think so. No.
Okay, show me the cool thing that's going to seal the deal for you.
All right.
All right, everybody. So the biggest problem with these is where do you put them when they're done? So I want to show you this. Go ahead and show us how this works.
Yeah, so we have a plate here that can be mounted on a rack, 5/8 or 1 inch, and it also can be mounted on a wall, just screw right into a stud. So it's the same connection method as the bench, and it just clips right in. And then you have a lock here, just lock it in place so it won't fall off.
So here we have one of the biggest complaints we have about any of these leg developers is you don't have anywhere to put them. Here you can mount it on a post of your rack. You can mount it on the wall up out of the way. This is light enough to grab by these handles and actually mount it up high on the wall if you want to. Like I said, this prototype weighs 35 pounds. I would imagine the production version is going to be similar weight. So it's going to be pretty easy for you to get it up and out of the way. So these guys have solved so many problems with this particular product. When are you guys going to open up pre-orders, do you think?
Q4 of this year, hopefully by the end of the year.
Okay, so hopefully before the end of 2025, you guys will be able to place a pre-order and have one of these in your gym. As far as this goes, we saw a lot of things. Is this all going to be a la carte? Is it going to be all ordered as one package? What do you think?
We're still figuring that out. We originally were going to have these handles separate, but it seems like something that pretty much everyone's going to want. So I think the handles will be included. Probably the leg hold down will be a separate item.
Very cool. So look forward to Q4. You'll see some specific pricing. From what I understand, you guys are shooting to have the entire shoot match come in under or right around $1,000. But if you're not getting all of the extra accessories, you're going to be a good amount lower than $1,000. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, perfect. So there you guys have it. Honestly, guys, even though this is Friday at the show and I haven't shot more than 10 videos yet, I really think this is going to be one of the best products in the show. Like I said, it's rare that you are shooting a video or looking at one product and have everybody that walks by go, you need to go look at this other thing because it's better. So you guys knocked it out of the park. I know you've got a great reputation for lots of other stuff. They've got some other cool stuff at the show here. They're working with PRX on a foldable rack, a cable system for a foldable rack. So all of you guys out there in apartments or people who you actually park your car in the garage like weirdos and you need the room, you can go ahead and do that. So we'll definitely show you that as well. But man, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
It was great to meet you.
Yep. There you have it, guys. Thanks for watching the video. Thanks for watching this far. Like, share, subscribe, do all the algorithm stuff that I hate saying every video, but if I don't say it, you guys don't do it. So do it. Put any comments down in the comment field below. I'm going to get his contact information. So if you have questions, shoot them to me. I will see if I can find out for you. And until the next video, thanks a lot. I'm Tim from GymCrafter.